said that last week.
I know.
You can't do that one again. Welcome to The Hard Way. I am Steven H. Jr.
Hi, Peter. It's
And-
Cleveland.
So,
Would you like to hear a white joke, Peter?
well, it's a glorious day outside. It started raining, and there's nothing much to talk about in wrestling right now. I don't feel like talking about Brock Lesnar for the whole episode.
Well, actually, there is the shot heard around the world. The shot that made all the kids cry. When Lesnar actually hit Cena in the face and Cena had duck lips.
That was probably the best looking thing about Raw, because that actually was really cool looking.
Well, it's funny because you talked about how they should turn Lesnar into like a big redneck character.
Yeah, they already kind of started doing
And that like his whole like whatever promo that you want to call it.
Yeah, that weird random interview in the back. Yeah.
Dude, he should not be allowed to talk.
Well, if you ever seen any of those,
They need to bring Heyman back and have Heyman talk for him.
Well, he supposedly isn't.
His voice is weird. It's
yeah.
It's a little high pitch and he's real rednecky because it's like redneck Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, yeah.
The voice doesn't go with him, and he just sounds like a total fucking redneck. He's like John Cena. You gonna come out here? I'm gonna tie you to the back of my pickup truck. I'm gonna drag you to death.
He can't put two words together either. You just can't do it.
He tries to make jokes and stuff, and it's so awkward.
Well, I think if you were a really diehard redneck, you might think he's actually funny, but to the average person, he's just comes off as a local yoko dumbass. So, what do you got for news this week? You're the man at the news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Since nothing really happened
really.
in WWE for the week, all the news is somewhat strange. But Hiroki Goto defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi in the finals of the New Japan Cup. With this win, Goto has earned an IWGP Heavyweight title match against Kazuchika Okada.
Right.
On May 3rd. Kazuchika Okada's the guy that defeated Tanahashi on the 12th to win the title.
12th of, it was like February or something, wasn't it?
February 12th, yeah, I thought it was that.
No, you just said 12th.
I meant February.
It's the 12th, just the 12th day of the year.
Well, it's Japan, they're just like 12.
They don't have months.
12, month 2.
Sure. But, no, yeah, it's kind of sad in some way. We really didn't talk about it that Tanahashi lost his title.
Yeah.
It was over a year. That he had, that he had the reign. I mean, that's
it was pretty much almost a year.
It was a little more than a year.
Yeah, well, because this would have been I think it was 2 years. It would have been the championship, the tournament they just had.
Okay.
Because that's when he won the title.
2
years
what's
ago.
the title called? The Cup? Something Cup, you said?
Yeah, it's the
they had some,
New Japan Cup.
Every event of theirs is a different name. You ever notice that? Like, WWE, like,
awesome.
At least every week, though, you have, like, a Raw. It makes it easy to remember. Like, I can't remember the Super Battle Hero Bowl of last year that happened. They had some really strange names and stuff.
News that's not on here that I just read right before.
Oh, this is real breaking news. This is real close.
WWE is bringing back No Way Out. And
I did see that.
It's going to be a cage match, and apparently there's stipulations for each cage match.
No, it's not cage match. It's just matches where there's no way out.
No.
Like no DQ.
No, they're cage matches, and the stipulation is to keep the guy from getting out of the cage. So, they were talking about doing, like, a chain match, leather strap match, handcuff match.
Why would they do this in a cage?
Lumberjack.
Cage match?
I swear to God.
There's no way you can't have a lumberjack match in a cage.
The lumberjacks,
maybe in Hell in a Cell.
Lumberjacks will be on the outside of the cage, and if the guy tries to climb out, the lumberjacks are throwing.
No, it makes no sense if those aren't cage
That's
matches.
what they're trying to do.
Once again, throwing too many gimmicks into one match doesn't make any sense.
But anyway, so back to the news that I have that is the news. Chikara.
Who? No.
Yeah, Chikara, they're doing this whole thing where they want people to do a 90-second video on YouTube, basically explaining, like, why they want to go to a wrestling show for free. And they're going to pick one person, and they're basically going to give them a free ticket, like a free trip, And they want you to send the videos to freewrestlingtrip@gmail.com. And you can win a free ticket to Chikarasaurus Rex, How to Hatch a Dinosaur, on June 2nd in Philadelphia. Also in Philly news, it's big news for Philly.
Oh, yeah.
Which nothing ever happens there, so like big news for Philly. But we should try and go to the Chikara show. And then we should also try and go to this. So Wizard World Philadelphia Comic Con.
Dork. No, it's just...
It's true.
I never want to watch the show and know that. It's just funny
the
that
Stan Lee thing we talked about, he's going to be there signing in the bathroom. So anyway, Wizard World Philadelphia Comic Con in June. Fans can meet CM Punk on Saturday, June 2nd from 2 to 6 p.m. Then on Sunday, June 3rd, Rey Mysterio visits the Pennsylvania Convention Center from 12:30 to 4:30. For those who just can't get enough of the Master of the 619 and the Straight Edge Superstar, VIP packages are available now for either or both superstars, with photos, autographed photos, exclusive lithographs, VIP access, guaranteed seating at panels, and more. Go to WizardWorldComicCon.com.
The Wizards always had wrestling. They love wrestling.
Well, it's cool because I looked up. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. Maybe not so much wrestling related, but Patrick Stewart's not going to be there, but all the other captains are there, and they're going to have a big panel with the different captains, and you can meet them and stuff. Stan Lee's going to be there. Who else did I read? Like, just all kinds of weird stuff. But the package deals are for like for any of the stuff. Most of them are like $200. Oh, Jackie the Joke Man Martling's performing too.
Oh,
but anyway,
I didn't know he's still alive.
anyway, most of the packages are like $200. But for $200, you get a VIP pass. Like if you get the CM Punk one, it's a wrestling show. We'll talk about that one. If you get the CM Punk one, you'll get a little CM Punk pass, a VIP pass. It gets you. You get to skip line. So like normal people waiting in line, you get to skip.
A lot of conventions are doing that anymore.
You get a meet and greet with Punk. You get a photo op, like you can get your photo taken with him. Mm-hmm. You get a choice of getting a photo of him signed, or anything you bring for him to sign. You get a lithograph, which is kind of cool, and you get seating for any of the events that are going on. Mm-hmm. And you also get a 4-day pass. So any of the VIP stuff you buy, you get a 4-day pass. And it's almost like $200 for a 4-day pass anyway, without getting anything.
Yeah, it's probably like $70, I bet. From my convention experience.
Or maybe it was 80.
It's
But even still, for $80, all you're doing is you're getting in, and you're not guaranteed anything. For $200, you know, if you're a Star Trek fan, Patrick Stewart already signed the lithograph.
But he's not, since he's not there.
But he's not there, but like Shatner and all the other guys will sign the lithograph so you can have all the autographs.
It's weird that he's not going
to
be
And then apparently
there,
Leonard Nimoy is going to be there because just for one day, they're going to have a panel thing where it's Shatner and Nimoy. And then they're going to have a captain's panel with all the captains except for Patrick Stewart. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like, if you guys, you know, if you're comic fans or if you live near Philadelphia and you just want to, you know, go see Punk or
we're really stretching for wrestling.
Rey Mysterio and being like, hey, Punk ass, you know, why you been out for a year?
You ever gonna come back and wrestle? Unfortunately, but
it just sucks because he's gonna be there with the mask on and like.
Oh yeah, you think he's gonna walk around looking like a 12-year-old?
No, I'm saying he's got to walk around with that mask on.
He's not gonna walk around, isn't he? It's just a meet and greet.
Well, no, they're signing autographs and stuff. So
I thought you said, yeah, that's it. Well, you sit there for 4 hours with a mask on.
Yeah, but guys take.
Mil Mascaras has made a career of that
stuff, dude. Mil Mascaras used to shower with the mask and stuff. He never took that thing off.
Imagine what they look like without the mask on.
Imagine
like
how that mask smells.
Imagine what great Sasuke looks like without the mask.
I've seen him. He's ugly as hell. There's a reason he wears the mask.
He's probably good looking originally. The mask mutated his face.
I saw pictures of him before he wore the mask, and he still was an ugly guy. But no,
Jushin Liger wasn't this great looking guy either before he started wearing the mask.
He looks like he'd be a J-pop idol if he wasn't.
Yeah, maybe I can kind of see that.
But no, Mr. Wrestler number 1.
Mr. Wrestling.
When he died, they buried him with the mask. And apparently nobody, like, members of his family and stuff that weren't, like, immediate family never saw his face because he always wore the mask.
Wow.
So they buried him with the mask. Like,
Well,
my theory is they just couldn't get it off.
it probably swelled up on his face. So
Also in wrestling news, Bane is going to be...
let's go to Raw. Monday Night Raw.
Okay, let's go.
Did you like
Let's go
anything?
to it.
Did you like anything that was happening on Raw?
Hey, we're at Raw. Sure looks bigger on TV.
Yeah. I mean, the Cena Lesnar thing we already kind of mentioned there. It was kind of cool.
That was
Do you think they're
good.
pushing the match too quick? Like, out of nowhere? Like, dude, it's Brock Lesnar. He's a well-known guy. Wait, build it to SummerSlam. Give it 2 months. That people get, like, no one's going to all of a sudden know that. It also looks like a joke that he goes from being an MMA guy to all of a sudden out of nowhere becoming back to wrestling.
That's what Jim Ross said. But also...
Give it, I'd just say SummerSlam. Well, that's a good match for SummerSlam.
A slight-
Also, it's not even going to have a roll stipulation, supposedly.
A slight news, and something I just want to throw out. So, Saturday, well, I guess today, technically today, is the 15-year anniversary of the first ECW pay-per-view, Barely Legal.
Where 30 people bought it.
So, it's still, like, it was the first independent
And
wrestling
what
show
is-
to have a pay-per-view.
And what is the last ECW pay-per-view? You know that
It's not what you're going to say.
Not December to December?
No.
Oh.
No.
Wasn't it barely legal if we're going with the normal ECW? Wasn't it barely legal as well?
I don't,
Or was it
I'm not sure.
Living Dangerously? Is there something
I
dangerous?
think it was the year of Living Dangerously.
Did I just call him Living Dangerously? I think it was a year of.
Whatever the fuck it was called. Sip the Kool-Aid, motherfucker. But, yeah, it's just kind of interesting that, like,
I was.
the first independent league to actually,
Mhm.
you know, kind of make a name for themselves that's no longer in business, but,
I was
if it wasn't for them, ROH, like,
rereading the second half. I never finished Eric Bischoff's Controversy Creates Cash. He had an interview.
you're talking about the Ninja Star Wars?
No, he met Paul Heyman when, like, right when ECW was really big, and was just trying to, like, get more information. And it was right, and he didn't know at the time that they were working with WWE. And he says that he thinks that Paul Heyman then went back to WWE and goes, "Yeah, he's on cocaine," and that's when WWE was suing Bischoff and WCW. No, because he said that all of a sudden the next week when they went back for lawsuits, all of a sudden they started asking him about cocaine. Like, out of nowhere, like, they just started randomly asking him about drug use. Like, it came out of left field, and he's like, Heyman. Like, Newman.
Well, Heyman...
It's interesting to think about some of the stuff that went behind the scenes that we never knew about, that him and Heyman had interviews. We know about the Vince and Heyman stuff.
Pretty much the whole reason Heyman created WCW. A lot of people... I meant
Heyman created
ECW.
WCW.
Might as well have. But a lot of the biggest reason he created ECW, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, he was trying to compete, and you know, he wanted to be the top company and put Vince out of business." He was never after Vince. He never had a problem with Vince. It was all WCW. He was after WCW, and he really wanted to have a company to either compete with WCW, and put a hurt on him, or actually put WCW out of business. And like, that's one of the reasons he teamed up with Vince, was like, you know, it was like WWE isn't able to kill WCW.
Right.
ECW isn't able to kill WCW. But
No,
maybe
not close.
if we both get together, we can kill WCW.
There's
Eventually they did.
a lot of there's a good book that I don't think anyone's really made
Yeah, it's
yet.
called the Bible.
That of
Good book.
the behind the scenes of the Monday Night Wars. That, because it wasn't just those two. I mean, you had ECW that was there. Plus, they were cherry picking from the independents in general. I mean, you know, there were guys that like wrestled in like both those, like in WCW, like Christopher Daniels.
Jerry Lynn
Yeah.
wrestled in all three of them.
Yeah, Christopher Daniels wrestled at the very end of WCW and was also a conquistador half the time.
Yeah.
Every time they used him in WWE, there's all these weird things. I mean,
AJ
AJ Styles. There's a lot of.
CM Punk did a lot of dark matches.
You sent me the video of I think it was you, maybe it was Joe, of Owen Hart.
Oh, it was me.
Yeah, of Owen Hart
Yeah.
in WCW on like Saturday night or Sunday night. One of the two, I couldn't tell because they looked identical.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of weird stuff that could be an interesting, like Monday Night Wars.
I read
book.
about it on Wikipedia, and apparently he was in WWE. WWE
Left.
Released him.
Mm-hmm.
He went to WCW, was only there for like maybe 2 months, and then went back to WWE.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fascinating things that I don't think people
going
remember.
back and forth like that. Matt Morgan's contract's up
Yes.
in like a year, and he was
No, not a year. Soon, like
oh no, it's this October.
So yeah,
His contract's up in October, and he's kind of hinting around that he wants to go back to WWE, but I don't think WWE has any interest.
So, how about Lord Tensai for this week?
What about him?
This weekend, Lord Tensai.
Same thing, like
I'm still not sure if I like it. It's just, you know, I think it would be different if the guy was Japanese and it made more sense that this gimmick. Like, also, I wish you would have promoted this Yoshitatsu stuff more, where he's been bashing him and upset that this guy that's not Japanese is all like super on Mr. Japan.
I think that was just it. I don't think there was anything.
There was. No, there was.
Really?
Actually, it was on the different wrestling websites over the weekend before about Yoshitatsu saying all this stuff about Lord Tensai, and then they just have him get killed, you know, as a jobber. It's like, you know, that could have been at least a little small feud. Could have helped Yoshitatsu, because, my God, that's the first time we've seen him on Raw, and probably since forever.
Actually, it was funny because let's bring that up. So the fight between Cena and Lesnar, we ended up seeing guys we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Jamie Noble, which Jamie Noble's like.
Was he really? I didn't notice.
Yeah. Jamie Noble's like this tall. How he thought he could get between Cena and Lesnar and keep them apart.
Well, that's because there was like 40 of them out there.
Let's see. Regal was out there.
Regal was out there.
Regal was kind
He's on SmackDown.
Regal was kind of laughing. Who else was out there?
Well,
that we hadn't seen?
Rex and Hawkins. They had a backstage segment with Santino.
Yeah.
They walked by randomly. Three Stooges, I think, were out there stopping them, pushing them away.
Oh yeah, so you brought that up. Hogan.
Hulk
Let's
Hogan
talk
came
about
back.
that. Hulk Hogan
came back. He's really out of shape.
Dude, he had the voice down.
Will Sasso, yeah, he's a big wrestler. I mean, that's not the first time he's been in at WWE or wrestling in general. He was in WCW a few times, and then he was
wrestled Bret Hart.
Yeah. And then Austin. He was in the ring with Austin.
He's dressed up as Austin. He's done The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's done Hogan.
Yeah.
What other wrestlers has he done?
He may have done one or two more on TV.
Kenny Rogers.
The way he had him, he might as well have been a wrestler. The way he
that would have been great.
Act like he had promos. The way he talked. Yeah. What'd you think of the Three Stooges in general? Just. It's a little surreal to see something that is like 60 years old on a modern wrestling show. I mean, it's kind of.
I liked it, but I'm a Stooges fan. I liked it. I liked it, but what I would have liked to have seen, and this is the nerd in me, is there was a Three Stooges, like one of the little shorts they did, where Curly was a wrestler and he's wrestling this guy. And every time they play Pop Goes the Weasel, he goes nuts. And they keep trying to like play Pop Goes the Weasel, and the stuff keeps getting broken. They finally do it, and he like knocks out the wrestler. And then like the referee comes in, he knocks him out. And then like the Stooges get in there, and he knocks them out. He's just like knocking everybody out, and at the end he knocks himself out. So when Kane came out, I was kind of hoping that the Stooges would have ran out and started playing Pop Goes the Weasel, and he would have like what?
I love that he took a choke slam. My God.
Well,
he's very fearless.
Wrestling fan, like
he's pretty fearless. You got to give him credit for that. It's still.
I knew they were going to do the stuff with Santino, though.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
Pretty obvious. My thing is,
I do like when they were like, we got to get in the box, and like, oh, we got to think outside the box. Like it was a funny play.
No, I like the.
I wonder if the WWE writers wrote that, because there's no way. That was way too funny for WWE writers. I was thinking that halfway through.
The thing I was hoping is when Santino was walking around looking for the Stooges, that he would have walked into one of the rooms and he would have opened it up, and like Patterson and Briscoe would have been there.
Oh, that would have been good. Yeah, that would have been good.
And then he would have been like, 1, Two. No, only two stooges.
Wrong ones. Oh my god.
Yeah, but
That would have been good.
they kind of dropped the ball on that one. No, Mae Young did show up on SmackDown though.
Oh, did she? I didn't. Yeah, go ahead and tell more about the Super Show. You said you actually did watch it.
Yeah,
I don't think sci-fi.
it was all right. It was mainly they had the legends and the newer guys. The only really cool segment was Roddy Piper did a Piper's Pit, and he had Daniels out there, and he was giving him shit about like because he like brought AJ out, and basically Daniels told AJ to leave, and Piper's like he's like you know you gotta like do your own thing, be your own person. You don't have to listen to him, and like he told her to get out of the ring, and she left. And Daniel Bryan started to leave, and Piper's like, "I'm not done with you." And he gets in the ring, and he's like, I have daughters. He's like, you know, I have kids, and he's like, I have daughters, and he's like, there's certain things you don't do with girls. And like he went through the list, and basically, Daniel Bryan ended up like slapping Piper in the face, and then jumped out of the ring, and Piper was all like flipping out, and he's like, "Come back, I'm here," and like, it was kind of interesting. But the Mae Young thing. Mae Young came out with like some of the divas, and then Sheamus came out, and she wanted a kiss from Sheamus, and Sheamus was just like, so she like kicked him in the leg, and when he went down to one knee, she grabbed him and kissed him.
What happened to Sheamus? Did he get fired or suspended? They were supposed to be. Remember on Raw they talked about it, and then they showed like the commercial for SmackDown, the sentencing for Sheamus for kicking one of the refs in the head. For bro kicking him last week from the title match.
Oh no, I think they put him in a match instead.
Wow, that's very harsh.
I don't know. It was.
We're gonna get Punk Henry 3 next week on Raw. Punk Henry.
No disqualification.
And no
count outs. But plenty of botches.
And plenty of run-ins. I'm sure there's gonna be run-ins and
there's gonna be run-ins in my pants. You figured
it's
that
weird
one out.
that Mark Henry and Punk have been having these weird matches on Raw. It's still odd.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because since Jericho, looks like they're gonna do CM Punk Jericho dose,
and they're gonna have some kind of weird stipulation. I think it's a beer drinking on a pole match or something. Jericho's gonna force Punk to drink beer, and
no, he's gonna make him put on the sunglasses.
Well, that would be the ideal match. That's extreme because that match was pretty extreme. It's a parking lot brawl.
A barking lot?
Parking lot. I think I mean it's a park. Well, that's what they would have for Junkyard Dog or something. That would have been when he would have had a parking lot brawl. No, it's a backyard brawl.
WCW
backyard brawl.
Junkyard match.
Oh no, that was terrible. It looked like the Goldust Roddy Piper match from WrestleMania, and which makes sense. And then they have to put the glasses on each other.
You know, it's been enough years. It was pretty stupid at the time, but it's been enough years to look back with nostalgia glasses. They should do like some league, whether it be like TNA, ROH has enough guys to do it, or WWE would have the balls to do it. Take a couple guys that were backyard wrestlers that like are pretty well known, and have them do a match that's like a backyard match.
I don't see any of those three doing that.
No, I'm not saying them, but I'm saying it could be a stipulation now. You know what I mean? Because like backyard wrestling's not really around anymore.
Well, get Sanjay Dutt because
that's what I'm saying.
He's well known for being in those backyard wrestling videos.
Evan passed me the doobie born.
He's gonna need a job soon.
I think he needs one now. But
he's gonna be happy. He's still got a job.
We don't know if he does.
I think he's still around.
But
he's probably got to clear like some kind of.
Yeah, it'd be kind of a cool stipulation. Would be like a backyard match because like.
I think we should end this on maybe one or two more little things. Scott Hall apparently allegedly choked the crap out of his girlfriend and beat her up again.
He's got a girlfriend?
I can't see how any girl would be a Scott Hall after his reputation. It's unfortunate. There's a arrest photo on the line you can look, of course. I mean, how many... You can make a poster of Scott Hall. You know, they do those like famous drunk people posters. Just... Scott Hall drunk posters, but why?
I think a match that like a dream match for me, and any indie promoter that wants to put this on, like it's a train
Nick's
wreck
gonna go
waiting to happen. I'll ref the fucking thing, but I want Jake the Snake.
Oh,
That is the train wreck that is Jake the Snake versus the train wreck that is Scott Hall. Demons in a bottle match.
oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad.
Could you imagine that match?
Oh, that's bad.
That would be like,
The match wouldn't happen because they're not going to show up.
I'll referee this fucking thing too. How about a foot race between Zach Gallen and Terry Funk?
You could have threw in Sid there at least.
Okay, well, we'll have a 5K run and we'll.
Oh my God! How many wrestlers in general are going to make a 5K run?
Well, what's his Edge?
Well, the Edge rides like 20 some miles a day.
So he could run 5K.
I'm sure he could do that, but. Well, this is another glorious episode of The Hard Way that maybe 5 of you guys will watch.
And just remember, just like always, this is another Fuck You Cena production.